When it comes to interesting creatures of our oceans, there's no greater example than the mighty squid. From their amazing colour-changing abilities to calculated stealth-like movements, there's no doubt they're one of the most fascinating species around. Combine these elements with clear shallow water, you're guaranteed some of the most fun sight casting fishing on offer. This visual type of fishing is one of my favourite things to do, but achieving it can be extremely difficult and requires two main ingredients to be successful. Depending on the location, you need a mid to low tide and dead flat glassed out conditions to ensure you can see through the water surface and spot the squid. In winter, the waters clear up in my local area of Moreton Bay, so the Bay Islands and foreshores are great places to go looking and sight cast squid. Choosing the right part of the tide is really important, and I prefer a mid-run out tide in these locations to avoid hitting bottom or getting stuck. The sand and weed banks throughout Moreton Bay also offer some perfect locations, with the Eastern Bay offering good clarity and squid all year round. Being patient and searching large areas in the right conditions is the key to successfully sight casting squid. So tide's dropping at the moment. We've got about half a tide. I'm just going up over the banks where the weed, sand is, looking for any of the squid. Quite a big area, and it's absolutely beautiful doing this. You get to see absolutely everything. You see so much marine life, dugongs, turtles, shovel-nosed rays, just everything. Different varieties of fish. I'm just looking well ahead, trying to spot the squid. You really got to have an exceptional set of eyes to try and find them. Really hard to locate, particularly when you get a little bit of a ripple on the water like this. It does make it difficult. It's really a patience game trying to locate and sight cast a squid like this. As this tide drops away, you'll get along the edge of the weed banks where it just before it drops off into the deeper water there are definitely the ideal spots. This will be all high and dry in about another 2 hours. Absolutely beautiful over here. It's the sand hills at Moreton Island. I won't have much, probably another half hour before I'll get stuck here, so you've got to be careful. But it really is the only time to do it. When it glasses out, you only have a minimal amount of water so you can spot the squid on the shallows. Oh, I can spot one just up there. So I'll hit neutral. He's very light in colour. He's trying to blend in with the sand. I can actually see his shadow. I don't know if you can see it on camera. He's moving away. He's not interested. Moving back around. Can't see him now, he's blended right in. I think he's moved off. After an hour or so of searching, I finally spotted two big squid sitting out on the sand in only a foot of water. This is exactly what I'd set out to film, so I positioned the boat and quickly deployed the drone. Squid have exceptional eyesight, and I was mindful they would spot the drone and possibly scare them off. At first it didn't seem to bother them, but then I noticed the magical colour changes occurring, so I'm sure they were very aware of the drone's presence. Squid have colour changing cells under their skin called chromatophores. This enables them to instantly change colours depending on their surrounds and mood. After filming them for a short period of time, I cast out a squid jig and get an immediate reaction. I keep moving the jig to keep them fired up, but also have the issue of trying to follow them with the drone and fish at the same time. I reposition the drone and realise the squid had accidentally hooked itself, but eventually pulls free. I slow down the retrieve and begin to observe their behaviour. Colour changes, swimming direction and tentacle positions are all telling signs of the squid's mood and next move. Squid number 2 then shows some signs of interest and slowly moves forward as I twitch the jig. Again, its colour change combined with its forward swimming motion and limp tentacle position to get a better view of the jig were all telling signs of an upcoming strike. Unfortunately, the strike was an extremely cautious one, but this instantly sparks the reaction of the other squid and quickly moves in for another look. Again, I need to put the rod down and move the drone into position, as both squid cautiously move around the jig, taking a very close look at it. I give the jig another quick twitch and this creates a bit of interest with both squid moving forward towards it. The squid that I'd accidentally hooked earlier is super cautious and stays very close to the other squid and shadows its every movement. It was at this point a whiting enters the screen at the top right hand corner and one of the squid moves forward for a closer look. I didn't see this at the time of filming and continue to follow the other squid hoping to catch a strike on the drone. What could only be described as the worst possible timing ever, the drone battery went flat and automatically started its return to home process. This captures the other squid stalking the whiting before the drone rotates and heads back to the boat. With those squid disappearing, I continued looking around the large maze of sand and weed banks situated throughout the bay. It wasn't long before I spotted some big squid camouflaged over the weed banks and got a chance to cast a squid jig at them. Here we go. Gotcha. Nice squid. That was a really good squid, that one. Saw a bow wave coming after that one. He was really committed to it. That was a cracking squid. Look at that. It's a beautiful squid. Damn. He's got some power in this one. Just gonna back the drag off a little bit here. Here's a big squid. Lead him back around. Coming by. Look at him change colours. Wow. That is so cool. Yes. That is a cracking squid. Look at him crawling his way out here. Crawling out of the net. That's crazy. That is a horse. Look at the size of that sucker. Wow. Look at that. Look at him change colour. As soon as I put my hands under him like that, he's gone to a real bronzy black colour. Far out. Wee, don't you face that near me, buddy. Got his little shotgun ready to go there. He's got nothing in him. That is cool. That is a beautiful shallow water Moreton Bay tiger squid. He's sitting in less than a foot of water at the bottom of the tide. Put the cast in, thought I could see a little ripple in the water where he was. Big bow wave chased it and that was him. nailed it. Sorry mate, I let quite a few of you go, but you're coming home with me today. You make good bait as far as your head goes, and that body is absolutely delicious. Just gonna strike. Oh no. Here he comes, here he comes. All lit up. Gotcha. Look at it, absolute horse. How cool is that? Beautiful squid. Wow. Have a look at the colours on him. That's bigger than the last one. Yes. No way. There's a horse. Have a go at the size of that. It is absolutely massive. Saw him in the shallows. Nothing better than sight casting to him. Takes a bit to spot him. You really do need a good set of polarized sunglasses. Here we go. He's gonna spit. There we go. If they got no water in them, they can't produce the ink to squirt it out. That is phenomenal. Hopefully it's in the light properly. Look at that. I won't keep him out of the water any longer. I'm gonna let him go. All right, buddy. Oh. All right, man. There you go. That is absolutely awesome. Wow, look at that change colour. If I get him upside down, I can get some of the air out of his tube for him. He's so heavy, I can't even lift him over. There he goes. See ya, buddy. All right. Big squid school right here. Look at them all. Here we go. See if we can get them to come right up to the boat here. Here he goes. Yep, got him. How good. Look at that. There we go. Beautiful, look at that. Geez, they're just an awesome looking creature. The colours. Wow. Big school of them come right up to the boat then. As you can see, I'm just over the sand at the moment. It pays to make sure you keep a close eye out at all times. With the conditions so good, I begin to spot squid on a regular basis, but as often happens when the water is so still, the squid can become super shy and easily scared. Occasionally you will come across a squid that is super fired up and determined to eat the squid jig. They'll happily come right up to the boat and you can tease and play with them before you hook them. Got him. How cool is that? So good. Gotcha, buddy. Due to the tight and rare glassed out conditions, you have limited time for the perfect sight casting squid conditions, so I rushed around trying to find a school of squid that I could put the drone over again. Eventually my patience and dedication paid off and I got the opportunity I was so desperately hoping for. After seeing 4 big squid sitting over a weed bank in less than a foot of water, I kept my distance, anchored the boat and put the drone up. As I came down slowly over the squid, they instantly started looking nervous and I could tell they had spotted the drone above. To make matters worse, the wind off the drone blades begins to hit the water surface, causing a ripple and making the squid even more cautious. I slowly back away with the drone and reposition on a different angle to try avoid the wind ripple and make it easier to cast a squid jig at them. After putting the first cast in, I knew straight away that the drone had put the squid off and there was no way they were going to touch a jig. After several attempts, I needed a miracle, and this is exactly what happened. Well, how cool was that? Nailed a beautiful squid, sight casted it with the drone. I didn't think they were going to take a squid jig at all. They looked very shy. I must have just cast right amongst it perfectly. Nailed it. I'd actually foul hooked it in the back, so I don't know if that's what's happened or he's actually had to go and then pulled the barb out. But dead absolute glass out at the moment, which is the only time to film with the drone to see what's underneath the water surface. So moving along until I saw a couple there. Nailed one. Had to quickly land the drone, the battery was going flat, so I had a bit happening then. But it's actually a really nice big tiger squid, this one. And because of that, I reckon he deserves to be let go. See you, mate. Off you go. That is epic. I love sight casting to flathead squid. When you get a dead glass out, you can just see absolutely everything. If you've never done it before, give it a go. It's epic. See if we can find a few more. That is cool.